Good, happy Saturday morning, everyone. It is Saturday, June 5th, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this morning news, weather, and traffic update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. Let's begin right now. First up, COVID-19 vaccinations administered at Keene Swamp Bats game. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Charisse LeClaire.
I think what sets us apart is the fact that our technicians live and breathe only chimneys. It's not a part of...
Come for a ball game.
There you go.
And get a COVID-19 vaccine.
We just want to reduce any barriers for folks, answer their questions, provide opportunities where they are to receive a vaccine if they're interested.
The Greater Monadnock Public Health Network is trying to give everyone access to the shot. They have 50 J&J and 50 Pfizer doses. Those who get vaccinated here get one complimentary ticket to a future home game during this season and a voucher redeemable on June 5th for a hot dog and a drink. They gave out a handful of the shots Friday night.
We're really a community partner. Our mantra is baseball wrapped in the community, and this is just one more opportunity for us to partner with Trish and a very, very special group who's been, so visible in the Monadnock region.
President of the Keene Swamp Bats, Kevin Watterson, says the stands at Alumni Field can be filled to full capacity, and while they don't mandate the vaccine for their players, he says they have 100% vaccination here. They'll be back here vaccinated again Saturday night.
We think there's going to be a lot more show up tomorrow night to be administered the vaccine.
And the community will have more opportunities for pop-up clinics.
We've done the community kitchen. We'll be here with the Swamp Bats. We're also doing the Taste of Keene event that's happening tomorrow. We've got pop-ups in Railroad Square as well as the Keene Library. So just trying to get out there and meet folks where they're at.
They'll also be holding another pop-up clinic here at the ballpark Saturday night at 6:30. In Keene, I'm Charisse LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Former Concord police officer sentenced after assaulting woman. Prosecutors anticipate he will serve about 5 months and he will be decertified as a police officer. With more on that, let's go to WMUR News 9, Gene Mackin with that report.
I think what sets us apart is the fact that our technicians live and breathe only chimneys. It's not a part of...
In this courthouse, Brian Croft agreed to an 8-month sentence. With some time already served in good behavior, prosecutors anticipate he'll serve about 5 months, and he will be decertified as a police officer. In a plea agreement that avoided more serious felony charges, 39-year-old Brian Croft, a former Concord police officer, pled guilty to misdemeanor domestic violence for assaulting a woman last October.
How do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
Prosecutors say he slammed a door on the victim's arm and strangled her. Court documents say she was holding an infant and a young child tried to intervene. He also pled guilty to contempt of court for hiding electronic equipment that may have recorded what happened and trying to get witnesses to conceal the crime, along with a stalking charge from last month. He will also not be permitted to be a police officer.
He will be functionally decertified to be a police officer in the state of New Hampshire.
During the sentencing, the judge called this a sad case.
It's also sort of testament to the problems of domestic violence in society. It knows no boundaries in terms of sectors of society or different places in the community, and it does unfortunately sort of infiltrate all sectors.
As part of the plea agreement, Croft must also enroll in domestic violence counseling when he's released. In Manchester, Gene Mackin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Hampton police to increase patrols after receiving reports of large planned gatherings at beach. Police, state, law enforcement officials to increase patrols at beach throughout summer. With more on that report, let's go to WMUR News 9, Jennifer Crompton with that report.
think what sets us apart is the fact that our technicians live and breathe only chimneys. It's not a part of our company.
That, after a peaceful day of fun for groups of young people last week, escalated into a crowd of about 500. Police say some were drinking and fights were breaking out. Since then, fielding concerns about more groups posting on social media they may be planning to meet at the beach.
Springtime is often one of our more challenging times. We're still staffing up, getting ready to go, but we've partnered with our law enforcement community and to increase our staffing for this weekend.
A mobile command post known as Skywatch is already in place on the busiest stretch of beach. It's also used by law enforcement at UNH and in Laconia. Its cameras poised to watch and record from up high.
Our goal is obviously public safety. We want people coming to Hampton Beach to feel safe and to enjoy what Hampton Beach has to offer.
The governor with assurances about what lies ahead.
We're going to have a lot of manpower out there, just making sure that we're providing that customer service, that safe atmosphere. And, if, little incidences should arise, we're going to be able to handle it.
If these groups are, in fact, coming, that's fine. We just ask that if you're coming to Hampton Beach, that you respect our beach, that you abide by our rules.
That includes no drinking in public, no fireworks, and no fighting. Police say they're still investigating the fights that broke out here just over a week ago, and they do foresee additional charges. At Hampton Beach, Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. One more Granite Stater dies of COVID-19 as cases continue to fall. Let's take a listen to that video and that report from WMUR News 9.
I think what sets us apart is the fact that our technicians live and breathe only chimneys. It's not a part of...
Here in New Hampshire, community transmission of the virus continues to drop. Rockingham County is now in the minimal range. Coos County remains substantial, though the rest of the state seeing moderate transmission. DHHS reported 61 new cases and 1 new death today. Active cases are now at their lowest since late September, and 32 people are hospitalized.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire Senate approves more DCYF caseworkers, but hiring still difficult. Child advocates say caseloads beginning to climb again. With that report, let's go to WMUR News 9, Adam Sexton with that report.
I think what sets us apart is the fact that our technicians live and breathe only chimneys. It's not a part of our company.
A last-minute change made to the budget by the state Senate will allow the Division for Children, Youth, and Families, or DCYF, to hire 10 additional Child Protective Service workers, with an option to add 12 more if it can recruit the necessary workforce. Until the amendment passed with unanimous support, all of those extra positions were not funded, prompting criticism from the state's child advocate that DCYF reform efforts could be put at risk.
We have added a significant number of staff positions, but they're not easy to fill. And there are 37 positions right now that are vacant.
Democrats backed the change and contend it's still not enough.
Child protection has been a bipartisan issue, no question about it. But the department and the governor have not worked as diligently to prioritize filling these positions.
Amid this back and forth, New Hampshire's child advocate says caseloads for Child Protective Service workers are on the rise.
We actually got down to, in some district offices down to 14, the standard is 12. In others where it's a little problematic hiring, they were, hovering around 20 or so, but still caseworkers were saying, we really finally start to feel like we can do our work. Now we're seeing up to 40 in some places.
Whether this trend can be reversed will depend on DCYF's ability to hire. While salaries that are less competitive than neighboring states are part of the hang-up, the child advocate says potential recruits want to be sure the state is committed to reform so they don't find themselves with untenable caseloads in the future.
There's a natural turnover in this kind of work. It's very difficult. It's traumatizing. People don't appreciate you. And when something goes wrong, you get blamed.
Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. One person killed in workplace shooting. Let's take a listen to that video from WPBF 25 News, Florida.
Cash credit or Afterpay?
What's Afterpay?
Wow.
We were out here and we saw dozens of employees leaving this building where that shooting happened. Now, since we've also been out here, and these flags have been lowered at half staff in honor of the employee who was shot and killed today. Now, as you can see, Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office has placed a perimeter up and around Sugarcane Growers Co-op as detectives continue to investigate this shooting. Now, the medical examiner arrived earlier today. They were escorted to the back of the building. And according to PBSO, they responded to this location around 11 a.m. They found a man dead near the entrance of the building who was also identified as an employee. Now, deputies confirmed the victim was shot by another employee who was located inside the building armed with a handgun. And deputies tell us that this shooting appears to have been planned. Now, officials are not releasing any information on the victim or the suspect or their relationship at this time. And as I mentioned to you earlier, hundreds of employees did evacuate this building. Now, we have also reached out to top officials here at the sugar mill, and they say that they plan to release a statement later today. So as we know more details, we'll be sure to keep you posted. Reporting from Belle Glade, Lakeisha Bailey, WPBF 25 News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that is a look at your morning news updates. Now let's take a look at your weather. In special weather statement, National Weather Service cold water safety message. And weather will be high temperatures today. With more on that, let's go to meteorologist Haley LaPointe with a full weather forecast.
I think what sets us apart is the fact that our technicians live and breathe only chimneys. It's not a part of...
Hi, everybody. I'm meteorologist Haley LaPointe. Here's an update on your forecast. Man, the heat is on as we go through the weekend here, and the humidity going up too. Today, there's a chance of some severe thunderstorms in the North Country, especially later on this afternoon and this evening. But the rest of us remain dry and just heating up with temperatures in the 90s across much of the state. Here's the frontal boundary to the north of us that will bring in these scattered showers and thunderstorms a little later on this afternoon and into the evening hours. Could actually be a few rounds moving through, but it's mainly in this yellow area, which includes all of Coos County, northern Carroll, and northern Grafton counties. Damaging wind gusts, heavy downpours, frequent lightning, all a possibility with these storms. So this morning, a rapid warm-up, temperatures in the 90s by about 2-3 o'clock this afternoon through the southern half of the state. And watch, you can kind of see some of these showers and thunderstorms getting going. It looks like a line forms around 6 p.m. tonight and moves through Coos County with, again, damaging wind gusts the main threat. Other areas of the state just seeing a few passing clouds. Sunday, a similar day, but maybe even a couple degrees hotter and higher humidity. As far as the seacoast beaches go today, if that's where you're headed, be a great day for it. Temperatures in the mid-80s. We have winds out of the west-southwest, gusting to near 20 miles per hour. And if you're heading to the lakes region, should be good to go there too. And the lake temperatures are warming up already in the 60s. So we've got some warm temperatures to enjoy. At least it's not so cold when you're jumping in, although you probably won't mind it this weekend, right? Temperatures in the 90s and then maybe even mid-90s with feels like temperatures approaching 100 degrees on Monday and Tuesday. Just a remarkable warm up and very humid too, especially by Tuesday where it will feel nearly tropical like. So impact weather days today due to the storms north, even hotter Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday, the heat and the humidity basically on high with a chance of thunderstorms Tuesday afternoon. Finally cooler and less humid toward the end of the week.
Okay, and there you go on your weather update. And now let's go into traffic. In traffic right now, in Henniker, you're seeing some smooth sailing with a little bit of medium-paced traffic. Hopkinton, smooth sailing. Bow, Pembroke, and Concord, all smooth sailing. Boscawen, Canterbury, smooth sailing. Chichester, smooth sailing. Epsom, smooth sailing. Northwood, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. Lee, smooth sailing with some medium and slow-paced traffic. Durham, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. Rochester, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. Somersworth, smooth sailing. Dover, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic and slow traffic. Newington, smooth sailing, and Portsmouth, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. Portsmouth and Domain, smooth sailing with some medium and slow-paced traffic. Greenland, smooth sailing. Rye, smooth sailing with a little bit of medium-paced traffic. Northampton, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. And Hampton, smooth sailing with some medium and slow-paced traffic. Seabrook, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic into the border of Massachusetts. On 101, all good on 101. Great ride on 101. In Raymond, though, there's some medium-paced traffic. In Epping, some medium-paced traffic as well. In the Hooksett and Manchester area, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. Bedford, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. And Amherst, smooth sailing. And Milford, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. Merrimack, Nashua, into the border of Massachusetts, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic around Nashua. Nashua, Milford, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. Derry, Londonderry, Windham, Salem, into the border of Massachusetts, you have smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic and slow traffic in some spots around the Derry area, around Windham area, and around the Salem area as well. And that is a look at your traffic for this Saturday morning. And that does it for this morning news, weather, and traffic update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. Thank you for joining us, and see you back here later on today for another news, weather, and traffic update. Have a wonderful Saturday, everyone. Goodbye.